I'm looking at Einaudi's Elegy for the Arctic, which is on the Grade 5 ABRSM Piano Syllabus for 2021 and 2022. I was really thrilled to see such a contemporary piece of music on the syllabus, but I have to admit it's not a piece I'd come across previously. So I had a little look around, did some research and found a recording on YouTube that was created in partnership with Greenpeace. And the video is of Einaudi playing this Elegy for the Arctic on a Steinway grand piano, floating on a raft in the Arctic, surrounded by melting icebergs. It is an absolutely stunning piece of cinematography, accompanied by the most evocative piece of music, and I would suggest this is the starting point for any student's learning journey on this piece. This is where they get to the heart of this piece of music and can really understand its story and what they are trying to communicate. Now, I would start this piece by looking at the parallel fifths. On the surface of it, this piece of music doesn't look that difficult, but as you might expect, the devil is in the detail. This opening legato passage, to my mind, the top line must flow and must be absolutely connected even without the use of the pedal. So some clever fingering is needed, particularly for those students who might have smaller hands. I would approach it in this way. One of my students described the next section actually as the icebergs melting. She could feel the sense of trickling water, and there's these quavers at the beginning of each group of four that have a tenuto marking. It's so important that we emphasise these because this is where the tune comes through. But also for my student, she said that was the drips, and the rest was the trickling. I think if our students can come up with their own imagery, then it gives them much greater confidence in being able to communicate the music. So this section really needs, I'm just going to play the right hand, what it really needs is a very flexible wrist because there are some big leaps or some big stretches that need to be accommodated. In with the pedal, you can really hear that you can really get a sense of what she means. There's a very interesting passage that comes up, the loudest part of the music comes up with the F minor scale passages, descending scales in octaves. Nothing too complex in that, except making sure we don't have a bump on the thumb turns. I think that's really important. And then we get to this wonderful conclusion where that rippling sound is followed by the opening phrase to finish it off. There's a couple of little details in here that I think are very important. One is Einaudi's instruction to use the pedal, but without any detail. For me, I'm kind of half lifting the pedal to keep that swell of sound, but to not have it too cloudy. Students really are going to have to make their own minds up on this. When we're looking at grade 5 and beyond, I'm hoping that my students have enough autonomy to be able to decide how they want the pedalling to go. And of course they need to think about what instrument they'll be playing and what environment they'll be playing in. Rubato is suggested by Einaudi. There's lots of fermatas in this piece, so there's a feeling that the tempo is quite fluid. It would be difficult, I think, to play this without the rubato. And of course there are some pianissimo passages which are marked delicato. Now for me we're going to be using the unicorda pedal there to really really get that sense of delicacy. So I'll just play the last two lines for you of this absolutely beautiful piece of music, just to give you a sense of how it goes.